mom was not married to my dad. So my father figure there was my grandfather. We're very close, and at times, you miss those conversations, those wisdom, that I used to get from him. He passed on about 6 years ago now, in 2014. The most important thing that my grandfather taught me is to respect people. Treat people equally, irrespective of their status in life. Just respect people. And also the fact that in life, you are a provider. He taught me those values that as a man, I must know that it's upon me to get up in the morning to make it a point that the family is taken care of. When I started with DuePoint, I was in a very terrible situation financially. I was a clerk of works with a company that was working with Eskom. Things sort of crumbled because the contract was cancelled without any notice and stuff like that. I was despondent. At that time, I don't have money, I don't have income. Most of the people in my situation maybe would have given up. That time taught me to adapt. Those words of my grandfather saying that it's upon me to get up and make it happen. So they keep driving me because I know that nobody's going to come for me. Nobody's going to rescue me from the situation that I am. It is upon myself to take responsibility and make things happen. It's an emotional situation. Emotional in a sense that, in life I have done so many things trying to make ends meet, and all those things, they failed me. But in this year, when I met DuePoint in January, my first check from DuePoint, it addressed my immediate needs. Being able to buy electricity, being able to buy groceries for my children. I used to live a kind of life, even though I'm working, but I used to live this kind of life whereby between the pay dates, I have to be borrowing money from people in order to make it to the next pay date. And when that pay date gets there, then I have to start paying those other people. But ever since I have started doing DuePoint, earning with DuePoint, now when DuePoint's money comes into my account, there's money in my account. There's no zero or there's no minus. And even when my pay comes into my account, for the first time now, I don't look forward to my pay date from work with that anxiety that when is it going to come? By the time money registered in my account, then I run to the shops. No, I relax now because DuePoint is bridging that gap for me. We are able now to live with my family from the first day of the month to the last day of the month without any stress. So DuePoint has changed my life altogether. I want to go to Mauritius. I want that trip. And I am positive that I will reach that by the end of this year. Well, to me, that's a short-term goal. The long-term goal for me, my ambitions, what burns me, is to get to a situation whereby I am able to provide for my family. Even if I happen to die, to know that when I leave, I will be leaving my children with an asset that will carry them throughout the life. You see, that's what I love about this business. It's the flexibility of it, that you can do it anywhere. The past 3 months, I was in and out of the hospital. I was still able to connect people to this business because the phone was not hospitalized, my hands and fingers were working, and my mind was still fine. So I could phone people, still, connecting them to the business. And yes, I signed people while I was in the hospital. It was not an easy time for me, but DuePoint made it possible for me to do the business. There is just no circumstances that can hinder you from reaching the goal that you want to reach. There is absolutely nothing. Those things have been removed from DuePoint. There is no risk, there is nothing. You just get to build your channel with DuePoint as long as you are not allergic to data, you have a smartphone, and you are able to sacrifice and invest in your business. I mean, you will succeed. You will succeed. I used to count how much airtime or data that I used before I joined DuePoint. But these days, I don't even mind because I know that I'm investing in my business. And yes, I'm telling you, the returns are good. The returns are so great. I can see the way it's very clear. The trajectory of my life now, it's so positive. I know where I'm going with DuePoint.